Matt Strahm, pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. Here today, gonna rip some cards and answer some questions for you guys.
We'll let you get that box open and start peppering your questions here. Real first question, the easy one. When did you start collecting? What got you into this?
Yeah, so I mean, I think I collected like every kid growing up. My parents would get like the team set or the complete sets and everything, and then go to the local hobby store and I would buy my Minnesota Twins, my Torrey Hunters, Joe Mauers, Justin Morneau. You know, I got big into collecting North Dakota guys. There was Rick Helling, Darren Erstead, Chris Coase. Kind of fell out of it a little bit, probably like 16 years old. Got a little more interested in the game of baseball instead of the cards. Probably until 2018 when my brother was drafted, and then he moved in with me down in Arizona, and he's an entrepreneur. I always tell everyone he could sell a polished turd to a rock collector, so he got me back into it, and like I said, I opened up a box of cards and felt like I was 12 again, and I've been ripping ever since. So my wife's got a spare bedroom full of cards to deal with. Here's a purple to 250.
Look at that. Who'd you get?
Errol DeHigo, prospect for the Rockies. Born in 2006. That's what always gets me. Not even 20 yet.
So you were collecting, which makes sense, right? Growing up in North Dakota, the Twins are right next door, so those were your guys. Is there something that you collect now that's different from them? Do you still do Twins players? Do you still do certain players?
So it feels weird being in the sport and like PCing a player, I guess. I more so just stick to being a pack rat. Like, I love opening the new product. I really like the chase of rookie cards. So last year I had an unbelievable hit in Pristine. I hit the 101 Gunnar Henderson auto. So that worked out pretty well. I've geared it more towards just like I call them my lottery tickets. So these are my scratchers, and I enjoy ripping them and looking for the young guys, see who pans out. Call my first Bowman stuffs my penny stocks is what I call it.
It's amazing how you can open that, you put that aside, and you come back in 3, 4, 5 years, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, right. I have this guy's first Bowman. I have this guy's first.
Exactly. The one that I always remember was Randy Arozarena. His rookie card kind of went unseen right away with the Cardinals, and then when he blew up in the postseason, it just took off. So I remember watching Ben, hey, we got a fellow Philly. Jalvin Arias. There we go.
Might be a teammate soon.
Hey, could be.
How often have you pulled yourself, would you say?
I've done it a few times. The most recent one was kind of funny. What was it, a 23 Sapphire box we ripped into? Or 22? 23, because it was a Philly. Yeah, we have random boxes at home, and he'll convince me randomly to open them. And so we opened a 23 Sapphire. Last pack, box was a bust all the way up till then, and then we got a gold, and he's doing a slow reveal, and he's like, oh, it's a pitcher. And then it was me. And it was like, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of funny.
I have a non-baseball question for you.
What you got?
I'm sure this has been asked to you now, but after Marshy goes on and says that your dad is cutting his hair. Now, it doesn't look like you guys really get a ton of haircuts,
right.
But is that still happening? Are you getting your haircut at the same time? Can you just give us a little more background on the barber shop there?
Yes, so my dad is actually, he's not a barber, he's a hairdresser.
Okay.
Well, he's not. He's gonna be like, well, he works in agriculture, sells farm equipment, but he has his license for hair. So he was a cut and color specialist, and he knows how to cut long hair, and I'm sure some of the ladies in here can attest that it's a little different than just straight across. So Marshy asked me this spring where I get my hair cut, and I was like, my dad, whenever he flies in, he cuts me up. So started doing that, and then it took over to Aaron Nola started getting his hair cut by him, and then just last week they were asking, is he going to be in Milwaukee? Because they all know it's one of the closer ones in North Dakota, but they got to wait for the postseason, so Dad's coming out start of the postseason, get the guys right.
Yeah, we know how superstitious baseball players are, obviously, but it sounded like Marsh was saying, like, it's kind of a good luck thing for me, and now I have to keep going to him.
Yeah, I think he's gotten 3 haircuts from him this year, and 2 home runs the day of the haircut, and then the other one was like 2 days later. So he's on a hot streak with my dad. So.
He's going to keep his dad busy for a while.
Yeah,
that keeps happening.
Told Dad the spare bedroom for the postseason's his, as long as he keeps us cut. So.
What year's your rookie?
2017. Judge is not doing me any favors by making it any cheaper. So.
Do you have a favorite of your rookie cards? Is there one that you prefer?
Yeah, my Sapphire to 5. It's gold. So that year, if you had a Superfractor and Topps Chrome, you didn't have a Super and Sapphire. So I don't have a Super, but I have the 5, and actually have 3 of the 5 now. So need to find 2 more of them.
We're going to put that on the list here of things to look for.
I have my Bowman Mini Rainbow from 17. Still need my Topps Chrome Superfractor. I don't have that one, but it's probably in someone's.
That's the thing, right? It may not even been pulled yet. This could be sitting in someone's closet with a case.
Well, it has been pulled because, yeah, so found it on eBay, sold in a lot, reached out to the guy, he got me the buyer's name, and then the buyer informed me he's got out of cards and sold them all to somebody and doesn't have it. So it's out there, just sitting in a box somewhere, but we'll see.
You obviously know cards. You know all the releases. You know everything. Do you have a favorite release or 2 that you look forward to every year?
So Topps Chrome is just my OG. Like, I love Topps Chrome, but Sapphire kind of is my niche. I really like the Sapphire stuff. Pristine is growing on me a lot. That tri-pack, I really enjoy that stuff. So
the pack within the pack within the pack.
Yes. So that's been fun, and that's probably been my most recent, like the newer product that I like the most is probably Pristine.
Gotcha.
Jason Dominguez rookie.
Oh. So another non-baseball question. How often does the Nicolas Cage stuff come up for you guys? Like, has anybody ever actually in the wild thought you were Nicolas Cage?
Never thought, but they come up to me and they'll be like, hey, has anyone ever told you look? I'm like, yeah, every day on Twitter. So I get tagged on it every day on Twitter and
what is your
Instagram.
Wife? Do you see it? No.
Well, what was funny to me is the first one that blew up, the meme that blew up, was actually Nicolas Cage's face on mine. Everyone's like, dude, you look just like him. I'm like, that is him. That's just me. Like, of course I look like him. So that was funny.
So you get it frequently?
Yeah, that one I don't think's going anywhere for a while. Especially with being in Philly, everyone wants me to go steal something.
So the back pocket card, I know you did this at All-Star, and for people who are watching or listening, you can correct me, but you had your own card in your back pocket, correct? And for a game, you wore it out there. It seems like other guys might have also taken on this. I don't know if you've talked to anybody else about this or heard that other guys are doing it.
Yeah, actually, Bobby Witt and Corbin Carroll were the first to do it in a regular season game. I thought the idea was cool. I'm too routine to do that in a normal game, but the All-Star game kind of felt like not that I took it lighter or anything, but it's like kind of an exhibition game. I'm not going to affect the team that's paying me if I do something out of the blue. But yeah, I saw them do it, and then once I made the All-Star game, the Card Life, obviously I shoot that, and then Brandon asked me if I'd be interested in doing that with CGC, and yeah, it was cool.
So just to explain to folks, you're putting the card in your back pocket, taking the field. Is there a signing process? And
yeah, so before the game, I signed both cards and labeled them. So I had 2 cards in each pocket, signed them, put left pocket 1 of 2, left pocket 2 of 2, right pocket 1 of 2, right pocket 2 of 2. And then after I came out, I walked up to the authenticator, took him out of my pocket, and I asked him to authenticate him with game worn. He kind of looked at me, and I was like, I wore him in my pocket. And he just smirked and he authenticated him for me, so it was kind of cool.
That's incredible. Knowing that those 2 guys have done it, and I think we've heard Josh Young has done it since then, have you guys communicated about the fact that you've all done this?
I haven't really talked to him much. Again, like, that's the other thing. Like, I really like what Josh Young is doing with his, I think he said he's doing a YouTube series where he's gonna open with other players and everything. I'm a super competitor, I guess. So it's like, I don't want to sit down with you and open cards and then have to come in the 8th inning and try punch you out. Like, it's just not my type of camaraderie. So,
gotcha.
But I think it's really cool what they've done and what they are doing. So
cool.
Just not my cup of tea, so to speak.
That's all right.
So one trend I've seen is definitely a lot of players getting involved, more than ever before.
Yes.
You mentioned a couple, and we know Corbin, I know Jordan Lawler's another big one, and Bobby Witt certainly a big collector. You running any other guys? Talk about it, about the teammates, opponents?
So actually our hitting coach, K Long, he's pretty big into it. And then our pitching coach, got into it a little bit. As far as teammates, the teammate I've had that was the most into it was probably in Boston with Brazier. Him and his boy would open cards with me in the clubhouse all the time, so that was fun. He'll randomly send me like a screenshot when he's on Fanatics Live or whatever doing a break, and he'll send like what he hit and stuff, so it's kind of cool.
What are some of the top hits that you remember? You talked about getting the Super Refractor and some others, the Gunnar Henderson card.
Yeah, when I first started doing my YouTube channel, I think it was like my 3rd or 4th episode, I shot it in San Fran and hit a 101 Superfractor on-card auto of Pete Alonso, and that was kind of cool, just being on video and starting my YouTube channel and stuff. That was definitely one of the most memorable. Probably the second one was we bought 8 boxes of Sapphire. They come in that day, and I tell my brother he can pick one of the 8 boxes, and he picks one and opens it, and he had a Bobby Witt Sapphire to 5 auto. And I said, thanks, you picked my box, now you can have those 7s. So that was a good one.
Nice of him to pull that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So the home runs for cards thing, you said it to us at All-Star, and then recently went pretty viral on the Topps account there. So I looked up this morning, I think it's around 57 career homers given up.
I think it's like 52 guys, 49 guys. Yeah, a couple have gotten me twice.
Okay, so different guys.
Yep.
And how many, do you have cards for everybody so far, or where are we at in this hunt?
We have a card of everyone. I want at least a rookie card of everyone, but some of them make that expensive, like Freddie Freeman and Miguel Cabrera. Working on some of those, but I don't know. I had it all listed out the other day. We were missing like 2, I think. And one of them, I've never even heard of the guy, and it was like, dang, can't find a card of him either.
The most recent guy, I think, in Toronto was, I believe, like a recent call-up or something.
Yeah, he was a recent call-up. But it's funny now because ever since that went viral, I'll have people, as soon as I give up a home run, I'm not even back to my locker, and I have DMs about, hey, do you need this card? Do you need that card? I got this one if you want to trade something. And it's like, geez, guys.
If Jazz gets you when he's on the Yankees and those cards don't exist yet, let's say, or at least that we know about, what do you wait? I would throw
one of his rookie cards from Miami in there and do that. It's not necessarily the team they're on, but yeah, it's just it's kind of like a gag collection. Like, look at this, these guys all took me deep, so it's fun. Yeah. There's no hard rules to it. There's no rules to collecting. Do what you want. Nathan Eovaldi.
You had said if a guy does get you twice,
then I try to get an auto of him. Okay. Story took me deep twice, and I acquired 2 of his to 25 Topps Chrome autos, and then a couple years later I was his teammate in Boston. And ended up he had his son that year in spring, and so then I ended up giving him one of his to 25 Topps Chrome in exchange for him to sign a few other cards. So it was a good trade.
When you were at All-Star, did you come with anything in mind, or guys that you were like, I got to get some merch out of this or get some autos? Yeah, so that was as soon as I was named an All-Star, I put my brother in charge of getting cards together to bring to the All-Star game, and I don't send cards over during the regular season. Again, I'm just focused on baseball, whatever. And so I just said I'm going to nerd out here and I'll ask everyone. Didn't get to cross paths with the American League side that much, but I mean, everyone in the National League clubhouse was gracious enough to sign for me, and I grabbed like 4 or 5 cards of everyone, and then I would offer them whatever they wanted, and if they would just sign a couple for me in return, and it was My
good.
Dad will cut your hair.
Yeah. Need
Show
a haircut, hit
hair
a homer
for card.
As long as you're not playing against me, he'll cut your hair.
It was an impressive stack that you had in your locker there. Or who's the autograph you got there?
Junior Caminero.
There you go.
Gold frame.
There's
That's
a guy.
a pretty good one.
That's a gold one, right? Gold frame.
Yep, gold frame to 20. Or is that bronze? Is there different frames on this one?
Dude, I've never seen different color frames.
Really? Because I feel like that's not gold, is it?
I can't tell.
I feel like I've had a gold one.
Yeah.
That looks more like bronze.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know.
I think we got to check with Topps to see if they're starting to do different color frames on us.
Jason Dominguez gold, too.
And you got a numbered?
That one's not numbered.
Oh, that's not numbered?
The parallel.
Okay.
Yeah. Purple's numbered.
Who are some of the other hits you got in there?
We got Nathan Eovaldi, Carlos Correa to 20, quad patch, and then Eddie Murray to 99.
Got a Hall of Fame relic?
Yeah, we got David Ortiz. That'd be your Hall of Fame relic.
Nice.
Pretty cool. The Camaro's sick though.
You know this hobby well. So what would your advice be to someone getting into the hobby, just learning about this first time, watching this video and saying, oh my God, this looks like a lot of fun?
Yeah, I mean, I get asked that a lot, like, hey, what should I buy? What's a good product to start with? And honestly, it's whatever appeals to you and whatever you love is what you gotta stick to. There's getting to be a lot of products out there, and it can be kind of overwhelming for someone who's coming into it, especially with the price differences. You don't know what, like, the value you're looking for. My recommendation is to, collect what you love. Don't chase the dollar value, because at the end of the day, we're all humans on these cards, and you never know what could happen to the value of them. So you have to collect what you love, just because if it's not worth anything, at least you still love the card. Like, get something out of it.
That's the trick, and the product you're opening right now is the perfect segue with that.
Oh,
I just think this is such a fun open.
No doubt.
There's so many different things going on. You have refractors and numbered cards. What'd you get?
Mike Trout to
There you go.
150. Never bad getting him. That is cool. This is a fun product for sure.
So based on what I've seen, you're one of two MLB players originally born in North Dakota.
So I think they say there's 14 North Dakota born. Fargo is on the Minnesota-North Dakota border, and I'm pretty sure a lot of those grew up in Minnesota. The main ones from North Dakota would be Roger Maris, Darren Erstead, Travis Hafner, Rick Helling, and then Chris Coast. Those are probably the big dogs, the Mount Rushmore of North Dakota.
Were you looking up to any of those players growing up, or you kind of find baseball on your own?
Yeah, so the light switch plate in my, Berto Clemente. Oh, finest time. Yeah, my parents actually still live in the house I was raised in, and the light switch plate in my room is still Darren Erstead. So yeah, Darren Erstead was a big idol of mine growing up. Same with Chris Coast. He played 13 seasons for the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks before getting a job with the Phillies actually, and then won a World Series with them in 08. So that was kind of cool. Ellie. Hey, it's a trout box.
You get a couple nice hits there.
Yeah. And then Alvarez to 200.
And I think that one there's one autograph in that box eventually.
Yep. I think there's two, two chrome autos. We got Osvaldo Vito for our first auto. Harper.
How often do you break cards? I mean, I would imagine during the season it's a little bit hit and miss, but the off season.
While in New York, hopefully I don't put that one in the box. How often do I open cards? Ooh. I would say over the course of a year, I probably average at least a couple boxes a week, maybe.
And are you picking them up on the road? You're on the road. Let's say you're in New York now, you find a hobby store or something, pick up some cards and put them up.
Sometimes, most of the time, it's got to be close to the hotel. I mean, just because the convenience factor. Hey, Lane Thomas, he's got a nice auto. Yeah, just the other day actually in Milwaukee, there was a Barnes & Noble across the street from the hotel. I walked in there, they had some Bowman mega boxes, ripped a few of them, and didn't hit anything, so the maids got whatever was left. Like I said, it's my scratchers. So if they fall into my lap, I'm gonna buy them and open them, and it's fun to do.
From an experience standpoint, this is your first All-Star game this year, and I know you had a lot of cards in that locker.
Oh yeah,
that was exciting for you. What was that experience like? Is kind of reaching the high point of so far of your career?
Yeah,
if there's more.
Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable to be in a clubhouse with that amount of talent, and still doesn't feel real. It was a blur of a 48 hours, and hopefully I get experience again. Still don't really know how to wrap my head around it, to be honest. It's kind of wild.
Which one of these boxes I want to know? Any of these you haven't opened?
So I haven't opened any of this gilded.
Okay.
Personally, I've never opened this. I've bought into breaks with Phil Hughes on this. This I've opened a couple times. Jake Diekman in Boston kind of watching me open cards, and he was interested, and then he saw a video on Twitter of someone opening this, and I think they got like a Babe Ruth bat knob or something. He's like, where can I buy this so we can try it? So I think we ended up opening like 6 boxes that year in Boston, but no bat knobs. But no, this is my first time ever opening gilded.
And these don't have a ton of cards in these ones.
No, gilded has 2 packs. One pack has some base cards, and then there's
yeah, fancy. So which one? I start on the
left.
card?
Yeah.
23. Hey, Bryce Harper to 50. See, the other thing is I can just ask him to slap a signature on there for me.
Yep.
So it's like getting a bonus auto.
At this point, is he like enough already? You've already
Yeah. I picked my spots.
Yeah.
So Jim Tomei. Hey, that's a nice one. Garrett Mitchell auto. 99. And then we got a Mark Vientos to 99. Those are sweet.
Yeah, all of these boxes now you're dealing with super low number cards. So even if you get something that you're not used to seeing, it's going to be a low number.
All right, and now a gold frame one.
Feel the weight on that.
This is one? Or
Yeah, it's heavy. Hey, Tony Perez to 99. I always love seeing the old guys' autos versus the new guys. Think they teach cursive anymore?
Wow.
Harmon Killebrew is known for doing that in Minnesota, getting the new. So that's why if you see Torrey Hunter's signature, Michael Kadire, LaTroy Hawkins, all those guys who were top prospects, he would pull them aside in spring training and say, you need to have a good autograph because you're going to do this for a kid, and he needs to know who he's holding.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt, do you practice your signature, or have you in the past? Like,
I have in the past, definitely. It's kind of just second nature now. But one of my favorite autos of all time was one of my ex-teammates, Jackie Bradley Jr. His auto is super crisp. And then right behind him is Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola does an unbelievable job. We'll have Aaron in the clubhouse sometimes, just we'll have him start signing other people's names. So he just signs, like, we're like, hey, what would it look like if you signed Zach Wheeler? And then he'll sign it. And looks way better than Zach Wheeler's.
So here's another one.
You can post that, Zach. Zach knows I'll say that.
Another one here, 2 packs.
Yeah.
Single cards in each, super low numbers.
But these ones, when you open them, you get like what it's going to be. So like this is going to be an MVP award winner, and then this is going to be a Yankee great. Never go back.
The fun guessing game of who you're going to get.
I think we should guess.
Yeah.
You should.
MVP award.
MVP award. I'm trying to think of someone who won MVP in the 80s. I'll say Ryan Sanders.
What's your guess, Matt?
I'm going to go with Posey. Buster Posey. Let's see. He's a 2-time winner, right?
One, I think.
Hey, Phillies. Ryan Howard.
Hey.
1 of 25. Look at that. Getting all the Phillies. Now a Yankee great. If you want a cool auto, we want Mariano.
One of the best signatures out there.
Yeah. Derek Jeter wouldn't be bad either. Well, that's not a bad one at all. Jason Dominguez rookie card to 25 with the pinstripe.
Dang.
Very nice.
That is sick.
It's already in the Legends pack. That's right.
Yeah, Yankee great.
Yankee great, yeah. As a rookie. The Martian. Got to put that one back in the case, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
That one you're going to keep safe.
Alrighty.
This is the big one here.
One left.
This is the last box.
Before you open that one, I just want to know about the card belt. Was there actual cards on this belt, or like how did that?
Yes. So we did a episode with him on the Card Life. I think it was season 2 season 2. He created a cool business with a bunch of his junk wax, making cool cards of cool belts of different players out of cards. So when I was named an All-Star, I hit Brandon up. I was like, "Yo, you think we can get some cards of this guy so we can get a card belt for the All-Star game?" And he did an unbelievable job. He did one with just a bunch of random cards, and then he did another one that was kind of a rainbow. It wasn't the full rainbow, but it was a bunch of different parallels from Series 1. So it was cool. And now he's making a belt of the Topps Now belt card. If that makes sense.
Got it.
Alrighty.
So this one's a little hard to do the reveal on it.
Yeah.
You may have to hide it underneath the little
we might need
the little paper on the top. This man knows how to do a break on camera.
Yeah. The first card, Cal Ripken Jr. Green Auto to 15.
Does the color play into that?
So that I'm assuming in this set they have different. They probably do green, red, blue,
and then maybe even like silver and gold.
So like his name's green, so then the signature's green. That's a cool card.
Do you have a preference in ink color? Some people like to have different ink colors.
So yeah, I think blue is the OG.
Yeah.
I'm a traditionalist. Hey, so then we got purple. Purple auto, Yordan Alvarez, numbered to 15. All right, and now we got a gold to 10 of Juan Soto.
He's got a good signature for
he does.
A young player.
Definitely does. I'm shaking. Robin Yount to 25. It's like a granite card. That's wild.
It's very subtle, but there's different layers to the card.
Feels like a tile, almost.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Alrighty. Then we got Will Clark to 10.
That's silver ink?
Yep. You can always tell when the Sharpie versus the pens. Okay, here's a sick auto. Felix Hernandez. That's a clean one.
Topps will send you cards to sign. They send you everything right there. They'll tell you where to sign it, what pen to use.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah, usually they come in those skinny boxes, and then they'll have a sample card taped to it, and then it'll say sign here wherever they want you. When you open that box, there'll be little pieces of paper between them telling you blue ink, gold, silver, all that stuff. We got a redemption. That's usually a good thing. Well, we got both the guys I said. Don't get to see them, but we got a dual auto of Mariano and Derek Jeter.
Wow.
That is sick. That is nasty.
So how does that work?
Red parallel too.
They'll scratch off the back to do it. Usually what happens is they just can't get them signed by the time they're boxed up and they don't want to hold the release. So he sends it in, and usually they have the card, so it can happen pretty quickly. But it's nice because it's sealed, and there's Aaron Nola.
Look at that auto. It's just perfect every single time. He does an unbelievable job. That is sick. That is awesome. That was it?
That's
That
8 cards, but you got a nice, hit there.
I don't know if either of these will work to sign this, but while you're here, we should have you sign your own card.
Of course. Let's do...
Alright, then I think we'll just have you kind of sign off.
Alright, thanks for joining us. Had a blast ripping cards and answering some questions. So hopefully see you guys next year.